What's up, guys? Josh here, and welcome back to the FIFA 18 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today we are on episode 4. Just to start off this episode, I'm just going to let you know there is no gameplay in here, so if obviously your main thing is gameplay, there isn't going to be any in today's episode. However, today's episode is mainly going to feature a lot of SBCs, and it's also going to feature the squad battle packs that I've got for my rank. You'll see sort of towards the end of the episode exactly where I placed and exactly what packs I got. It's not too bad. I've got some okay rewards, something that will be definitely useful for the Road to Glory, and it gives me a few coins to put towards a new team, especially since I want to look to change up a little bit. So as you can see on screen, we are currently doing a couple of SBCs. The one we are going to be doing is the Hybrid Nations. Now, I had to pick between the Hybrid League and Hybrid Nations, and the one I chose for was Hybrid Nations just because on Footbin it was a little bit cheaper, probably about 5 to 6k cheaper, and that was one whole team for me, so I wanted to try and do the cheaper one first. I have looked to do the other one recently, and a lot of the gold player prices have gone up, so I might leave that a little bit longer. I'll show you in the next episode, obviously, what I've done so far, and then obviously we may complete it at a later date just due to the prices. Because you can see on screen, I was checking out the prices, and they were meant to be like 5 to 7k teams. I was ending up paying sort of 650 coins for most rares, and then only about 300 or 400 coins for the normal cards. It was actually a really good price, really, really cheap teams, and you got some okay packs from them. I didn't pack anyone outstanding, a bit of a spoiler alert. However, I did get enough coins back. We made some decent profit from these. You'll see that roughly at the start I started with about 10k, and by the end of it I end up with a decent little amount. Quite a few coins, definitely enough to start putting towards a new and better team. So you can see that we're opening the first pack here. I don't believe we get a walkout. We don't, and we don't even get a flare. We do get a normal rare player, however. He is Spanish, he's a centre midfielder, and he is Saul from Atletico Madrid. Now, I know he's about a 2-3k player. At the time, I did know that as well. He's got some pretty good stats. He'd probably be pretty good for a Road to Glory team just because of his price. I also packed a Turkish league player who unfortunately doesn't sell for a lot. However, that guy at the end, the silver man, I can't see his name because the screen's a little bit too small. However, the Brazilian centre-back, he does actually sell for about 2 or 3k in the end. We sell him on for a little bit. I don't know why he's so expensive. I don't believe he's in the Russian or Mexican league, but he did sell on for quite a bit. So then we move on to the next SBC. As you can see on the screen, we go into what I believe is the National Pride one. This one we decided to go with the Turkish league for, and again we got some players on pretty good prices. If I actually went to sell these on, I probably would have made profit on them, but again I did make a lot of profit on the team anyway. So as you can see, we went for Turkish league. Valbuena I believe we picked up for 450 coins, and at the time we're selling for about 1,200. It just shows that sort of when you'll get into that late sort of evening UK time, players on bids are actually really, really good prices. I believe I picked up the left back quite cheap. Again, he was selling for a good 1,000 or so coins, and you'll see exactly who I put into the team, and I'll go over the prices in just a second. But a lot of the players you'll find are actually selling for really cheap. There you go, Valbuena, 450 coins. The only big one was Mariano at right back. I couldn't pick him up on a bid at all. I kept trying and trying and trying. Ended up buying it now. A couple other players we did overpay for. Neto was 750 coins, even though again at the time he was selling for about 1,000 coins. But players like Eto and that, who were 700 odd coins for a rare player, was actually pretty good. He's an 81 rated, and he's been sort of a fan favourite for the last few years. Obviously going downhill a little bit now that he's moved away to the Turkish league. Doesn't quite have the pace he used to have from a few FIFAs ago, but he still is a sort of decent card. We did get a mega pack from this one, and if I remember rightly, we do get a panel player from this. We do. So you see the panels drop down. At this point, I was like hoping for a walkout. I saw Spain. It went to right back. I actually thought it was Carvajal, but unfortunately, it's Juan Fran. He isn't a very expensive player. Again, another player that would be great for the Road to Glory. I did actually think about putting him and Sal together, just because obviously they're having the hyperlink between them. Could be a really good partnership. We also got Nasri, who will sell on for a little bit just due to him being French and in an odd league. He is needed for the Hybrid Nations Leagues SBC as well, so that's pretty good. We also got a lot of fitness cards and the Bakambu, so we'll be able to sell on this pack for definitely a profit. It might not be too much of a profit. It's not anything insane. We didn't get one to watch or anything, but we did get enough coins there made back, and something that we can then use to build, like I say, a better team. And that's what we want at the moment, because we are currently using a Liga NOS team, and what I'd actually really want to be using would be a high Premier League team, Bundesliga team, BBVA team, or even a hybrid of any of those, because they've got all the best players in them. Again, the Calcio A is another one. They've got some really good players and for cheap prices, so that might be the team I look into. But obviously at the moment, I'm going to give it a little bit of a cut, just because all the players have gone up in price. Even the non-rares are selling for a minimum of 600 coins at the moment, and that being a buy it now of that price as well doesn't really help me, because I can't then go out and buy the cheap players. I will then have to go out and buy the good players. Whilst I'd love to have Manolas or someone in my team, he is 11 or 12k, so I need the cheaper ones, and the cheaper ones are even more expensive. As you can see from the trade poll, we have actually gone up to 16,000 coins. Now, we sold off a lot of players. You might have seen the prices. You might notice there's a few players we didn't get out of packs that are actually on the trade poll. This is where I've bought players thinking of doing the SBC another way round. I didn't unfortunately do it, but I did still sell most of them on for a profit, or if not the same amount. So I'm happy with that. I'm not too bothered that they're selling off for a little bit and I'm losing a tiny bit on tax. The fact is I'm just selling them on, and that's the main point at the moment. I need to sell the players on, because otherwise I'm just going to have these wasted players in my club and I'm spending coins for no reason. I should really look into these a lot earlier, and I shouldn't be like buying the teams as quick. This is my problem at the moment. You can see actually we do have 17,000 coins, and I also did complete the next team in the Hybrid Nations one. So you'll see that I think it's quads that we're on at the moment. It is, and again, this was quite a cheap one. You needed a lot of low-rated golds, a couple of bronze players. I believe you only needed a few rares. So what we did is we built the team. We've used Spanish players mainly as the middle ones. We use Italian players. I think you could only have 3 from the same nation. So we tried to stick to the same leagues. And then we went for a hyperlink on the right-hand side with the bronze players, and the Colombians obviously at the back. We again did this for so cheap. Some of the players are 250 coins, 200 coins. You can see on the screen just now. We're using some of the cheaper players, and this is what you need to do with these ones. When you need a rare player, don't go for a rare gold. Use the non-rare golds because you'll get them cheap, and just go for a rare bronze, because the rare bronzes are, like I say, 200 coins. You're not going to get any players that are cheaper than that, especially gold. We only get a premium gold players pack, I believe, from this one, so that's all right for obviously what you're paying. Again, we don't get any side panel, so we're not going to get any borders here or anything like that. But we do get a Brazilian left midfielder. Again, he was a lot more expensive towards the beginning just because of the hybrid league and hybrid nations SBCs. However, at the moment he's not as much. We did get Wendell, who I believe sells for about 1.5k, and again a lot of decent little non-rare golds. I mean, if I'd held them a few more days, I probably would have doubled my profit on them, but unfortunately I did sell them on pretty quickly just to try and get the coins. Then moving on to the fourth and final SBC. This is one, it's called the 6. I'm trying to remember which one this was. I believe you needed 6 different nations in the team. I might be completely wrong, but I believe that was one. So we went for a couple different nations in it. We went for the Italians, obviously linking in the middle, and they actually linked to our Argentinian strikers, because I believe you could only have 4 players from the same league. Again, we went for them. We then went Spanish down the left, Russian down the right, Austrian at the middle. So as you can see, again, we use bronzes and silvers. Best thing to do, you're going to save yourself so many coins. That gave us our pack, and it also completed the hybrid nations, which gave us a rare mega pack. Now, I believe that's a 55k pack. I was expecting quite a bit from this. I got quite decent on my main account. When I did these on my main account, I got players like Isco, Salah. These were like fantastic players for my for when I started up on there. Unfortunately, we didn't get quite as good on here. I was expecting a little bit better. We didn't get the best of packs at all. So we open up the first pack. Again, we don't get any side panel. So the player that we get from this one, I believe, he's a Russian league player. He's going to sell for basically discard price. He's not worth anything. He's not very useful for SBCs. The silver player, I believe, sold on for maybe 1,000 or so coins. And again, we keep all the consumables. That's the best thing for all this as well. Is the fact we're earning so many consumables for this. Is going to help me, especially when I want to play squad battles. And obviously, eventually, we're going to be playing the weekend league as well. So you see, we did get another panel player here. This is Rulli. I thought he was going to sell for 5,000-6,000 coins. He was like a 2k player. I actually thought he was going to sell for a lot more. I thought he was going to be worth a lot because of SBCs. He's quite a high-rated goalkeeper, the same as Lopez. Lopez was discard, wouldn't even sell. We did get Danilo, however, who sold for a little bit. Again, the same as Suarez and Origi. They sold for a little bit, and again, absolutely tons of contracts, fitness, position changes. We might end up selling those on a little bit later, just because they will sell on for a little bit. They aren't that expensive at the moment. You'll see that I do check the CAM CM, and it's only selling for about 1.4k at the time. So we sort of hold on to it for the moment, and eventually we'll probably sell them on, because they do become extinct during the end of the game, and they actually make you a lot of coins. We'll hold on to those for the time being, and obviously we'll try and sell them on at a later date. For the moment, they're just going to sit in the club. They're not going to lose any value. They're probably not going to gain much value. So you'll see that we sell off a lot of the stuff, and we're currently at 32,000 coins. Now, when I actually go back onto the account tomorrow, you'll see we've gained even more coins, and actually you'll see it in this episode as well, due to the fact that we get the squad battle rewards. We're on a lot of coins at the moment. I've also sold a few more things. Like I say, in the next episode you're going to see quite a bit more. I am a little bit ahead, so I am recording this a few days after actually filming it, and again, I'm going to keep doing that for a little while. At the moment, I'm not looking to play the weekend league, so there won't be too many videos this weekend. And you'll see that obviously we played 3 of our games. It put us in goal 2. We didn't have enough enough time to play to get into Gold 1. We had enough points, and we definitely could have gained the points to get to Gold 1. However, the time of day meant that I just couldn't get there. I didn't have the time to do it. So moving on to the actual squad battle rewards that we got the day after, you can see at the moment we're at 34,000 coins. I get the squad battle rewards. It tells me again, I believe, that I'm in Elite 1. Obviously, I'm not in Elite 1. I was Gold 2. We get the packs. We get 13,000 coins. Now, that's huge for obviously the count. We need as much coins as possible, and 13,000 for playing some offline games really isn't bad, and that's without the packs we even get. So I opened obviously a gold reward pack that we did get from the web app. I'm not expecting anything major in this. We don't tend to get anything really good in these, and as expected, it wasn't anything that we really needed. It was just a plain normal gold player. We're going to sell him on. Obviously, he'll make us a few hundred coins, hopefully, but obviously not too much. So we then open up the next pack, which is the Jumbo Premium Gold pack. This is a 15k pack, I believe. This one opens up, I believe we get something good in this one. It's not the best pack in the world. It's a half decent player, I believe. So it's Spanish centre back. It's Nacho Fernandez, in fact, from Real Madrid. He again is only going to sell on for 2 to 3k, not too much, but again, that's coins that we can just keep adding to our total. We're currently at 49,000 after gaining those 13,000 coins. I send all of those to the trade pile, and again, keep all of the consumables. Again, the consumables are going to be fantastic this year. I'm loving the fact that I've got so many consumables already in my club. It's brilliant. I'm just going to keep stacking and stacking them until I can eventually not have to buy any more packs, not have to do any more SBCs. Obviously, I'm going to want to do the SBCs. We go then next into the players pack, and we actually get a really good pull from this one. We get one of the last year's favourite players. It's Chris Smalling. He was a great card. We sold him on actually after this. You won't see it in this episode. We sell him on for about 6.5k, and he's going to push our coin total up quite a lot. In the next episode, I'll show you exactly how many coins we've got, what we're going to be doing with our team, and how we're going to be going about it in the future. But if you did enjoy today's episode, guys, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and also hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button if you want to know when I'm uploading, and I'll see you guys next time.